Hello there, everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you how to have your calculator create a line of best fit or a trend line when dealing with scatter plots. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that we've all seen that video on how to create scatter plots by going into our stats list and entering data. So we all know how that operates. We all know how to get it showing up on the graph as well by making sure that stat plot is on. So that's kind of the prior knowledge for that. So my goal here is to create a line of best fit. And just by looking at the data points, I can already tell that this guy out here is going to kind of create some trouble, right? But for the most part, my line should kind of follow through this path, roughly. So to do this, I'm going to go into my stats menu, same place we go to edit stuff. Remember here, I have three different options. I have the edit menu, the calculation menu, and the tests. We're going to scroll over to the right to our calculations menu. Here we have a whole bunch of different options that we're going to do. For this particular one, we're dealing with what's called a linear regression. We want to know how these points fall into the pattern of a line. So we're going to choose operation 4, lin reg. So that's short for linear regression. And it's going to give us an equation in the form of ax plus b. Well, if we're talking about linear equations, you guys have probably learned this as y equals mx plus b. So whatever number is attached to our x variable is going to be our slope, and the free floating number, the constant, if you will, is going to be a y-intercept. So without further ado, let's go ahead and select option 4 for our linear regression. Now it's going to give me some options. My x values are coming from list 1. That's correct. My y values are coming from list 2. Frequency list. This shows up in case we have numbers that show up a whole bunch of times. Unless we're dealing with huge data sets, we're really not going to do anything with that. So we can scroll all the way down to calculate. So I'm going to press enter here. It's going to think for a bit. And boom, it's giving me my values. So you'll see here it says 0.3307, I guess I could call that 0.331, and 6.157. These are going to be the values for A and B that would best fit that line, that would go through the trend of those scatter plot points. So this A value is going to be the slope of the line, that B value is the y-intercept of that line. So let's go ahead and pop that into our y equals menu to see what we get. So 0.331 and 6.157. So I'm going to go y equals 0.331 x plus 6 points. I already forgot, so I need to quit back to the home page. Oh no! So I'm scrolling up here. Let's see. I know it was 6 point something. 157, there we go. 6.157. All right, so if I did this correctly, when I press graph, we should have a line. Boom! That kind of goes through all of our variables here, or sorry, all of our scatter plot points.